Hey guys, welcome to the Two Docs Podcast. I'm Dr. Ingky.
I'm Dr. Ellie here, and welcome to the podcast, Two Doctors, where we generally talk about non-medical stuff. And every week we've got different topics to address social issues and just about any other issues. So this week, jumping straight in.
Yeah, let's jump right in. So the hot topic of probably the past couple of weeks is, will the United States of America ban TikTok? All right, so that got us a little bit, that got us thinking. So today's topic is, should government ban social media in general? Should they ban social media in general? So there's actually a lot of government officials, I'll probably say all over the world, in almost every country that any of you live in, right? I'm sure there are some politicians that are pushing for the ban of social media.
Ban of social media.
Outright ban of social media.
Okay.
All right. So because social media is everywhere now, there's so many apps, all the popular apps. There is the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the TikToks, and not inclusive of all the messaging apps like WhatsApp and Telegram and Line and stuff like that. And majority of the time, right, the reason why politicians are afraid of social media is because issues can go viral and it is out of the control of the government. Many times, right? As the government, sometimes you want to control the narrative. However, once it's on social media, sometimes it goes viral and you can't really control it.
And it's fast.
It's fast.
Very fast. I mean, any news, we used to read newspaper.
Yes, correct.
It's always yesterday's news.
Yes.
Yesterday's news. So whatever you read, you're updated as of yesterday's news. Now it's live.
Yes, that's right. Now it's actually to the exact second. The moment it happens, it's on social media already.
Correct. So there's no curation, there's no verification, right or wrong.
Yes, correct. So now, let's go back to that particular ban of social media, of TikTok in US.
So what happened?
Yeah, so the premise is two things, right? There's a two-pronged premise which the Congress of US is trying to ban TikTok. Number one is data privacy. It means they say, hey, TikTok, it's a China product. It's a Chinese product.
All right.
So what is the risk of all our private data being harvested and sold to China? And that is the first premise. Second premise is, a lot of kids are on TikTok because it is deemed like a very youthful platform. So a lot of kids on TikTok. So how is TikTok helping to reduce or how to curate the content for kids? And you can't. And a lot of times it's difficult to prevent kids from getting onto social media.
Correct.
So they did grill the CEO of TikTok and us. And of course, the CEO of TikTok said, hey, we do like what every social media does. Something called age gating. It means that before you sign up, we ask you, are you this age?
Are you this age? Yeah.
Are you this age?
You declare.
And you declare, and you say yes or no.
So technically, if you are underage,
you're supposed to
honestly say and honestly be rejected from joining the profile.
Yes, that's right.
So if you lie, anything that happens legally, you are wrong.
Yes, correct. That's correct. But of course, people do lie. So what some social media what some social media platforms do, example, YouTube, they actually create something called YouTube Kids. So they curate kid-friendly content so that as a parent, if you're afraid that your kids watch all kinds of nonsense content on YouTube, you can actually uninstall YouTube and just put YouTube Kids.
Okay.
All right, it's really curated. And same with TikTok. So in TikTok in US, they have TikTok for kids.
Okay.
But it's the same app.
All right.
You just need to declare your age.
Okay.
And then what TikTok does is it then filters out a lot of content and then shows you only content which is suitable for your age.
You're a bit of a TikTok expert. So does that mean TikTok is going to actually watch or curate every single recorded, published video and say, hey, this 90 seconds is actually not suitable for kids?
Yes.
NSFK.
Yes. So generally what happens is when you're uploading a content onto social media, especially onto TikTok, YouTube, Instagram,
someone is there watching.
Generally, it does not go directly into the
server.
No, it goes on the server, but it does not go live. It means that people cannot view it. Generally, there will be a 1 to 2 minute delay whereby the server will then curate the content, whether they will curate the graphics of it, the visual of it, whether it contains certain harmful acts or certain things which, like, example, like bombs and knives and people are harming themselves. The moment it detects it, it flags it. And then straight away, immediately, they actually take it down. Same with language.
Okay.
The moment they detect certain language being used, they will
rate it.
flag it. Yeah, they will flag it. Then they will actually take it down. So of course, all these algorithms and all these AIs filters, they are not 100% accurate. So they still rely on people reporting it.
Okay.
Example, if let's say I put up something which is potentially harmful for kids, and somehow it bypassed the filter, then as a consumer or
Wait for someone
outside,
to watch it, report
someone watch it, someone say, hey,
then a real person will curate and
yes,
say,
correct,
all right.
So
Okay,
when
got it.
sufficient
Got it.
people report the post, then immediately the server picks it up and say, hey, something's wrong. A lot of people are reporting this.
Okay.
Then they take it down.
Okay.
All right. But of course, the main concern is always data privacy. Data privacy. So the main concern of data privacy is, if I put all my data on my phone and and then I open all these social media apps, will certain nefarious organization take my data
And
use it? All right, maybe harvest the data and maybe spam me with advertisements,
or access your bank accounts,
Or access your bank
use your
accounts.
profile to create another persona.
Yes, correct. However, I would say yes, the risk is there. The risk is always there, but
But it's the same as, if you fill up a form in a bank,
correct,
which has all your details, the manual way, it's the same thing, right?
it's the same thing. So a lot of times, right, we get data leaks online, data leaks, and a lot of these data leaks, right, actually are not from social media, but majority of data leaks are from it's like what you mentioned, from the
manuals.
websites that you've signed up for your newsletter, that you've signed up in your banks,
Right.
and a lot of times it's from these particular data leaks. Even in Malaysia, we had major data leaks from
The
our
banks
JPJ,
itself.
our JPJ.
JPJ. Yes.
So JPJ, right? It's like it's a transport board whereby it holds all your sensitive information, your name, your identification number, your driver's license, everything there.
Yep.
And imagine all this
Was given
data was harvested, it was leaked from the website,
Yep.
and then it was sold on the dark web, right? And it was sold, I think, like $100 or $1,000 in it. So, in terms of data, I would say, if you're so worried that your data is going to be leaked out,
Then you shouldn't be online.
then you shouldn't even have a phone. Stay off grid.
Stay in a cave.
Yeah,
Stay in a cave.
stay in a cave.
Don't fill in any forms.
Yeah, but however, there are countries that have banned social media.
Oh, really?
All right, of course, most countries selectively ban certain social media.
Yeah. So like China.
Okay, so China
Bans most.
China bans a lot of American-based social media.
So they only monitor theirs.
They only monitor theirs. So they have banned things like Facebook. They have banned things like Instagram, WhatsApp. So they created their own version, like Weibo and Douyin, right?
Yep.
Do you know which other countries ban social media?
No.
North Korea banned social media.
Oh, okay.
So in North Korea, you have no social media.
Okay.
Iran as well banned
Okay.
most of the major social medias, especially if it's US control.
Okay.
Small country called ex-Soviet country, Turkmenistan, banned social media.
Huh.
All right. India has banned TikTok.
Oh yes.
India has banned TikTok a couple of years ago.
Correct.
So a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Modi came out very strong on that. Yes.
Modi came out very strong, say we are banning TikTok.
Banning TikTok.
Yeah, because TikTok is again China
Chinese,
owned,
correct.
and there was a little bit of friction between. There's always friction between India and China, right?
Yeah.
So
That's the whole border thing.
yeah. So now the US is using the premise that hey, even India has banned TikTok, so we should follow suit as well.
So coming back, should Malaysia ban social media?
So I would say banning social media is not going to help anyone.
Correct. In fact, it will hurt the
It will actually
politicians.
hurt. No, it will actually number one, it actually hurts. It will hurt
Because
politicians.
the last election showed.
I would say every election from this day forth, right? I would say from maybe from 10 years ago until now, right?
Social media
It's
is
based on
important.
social media.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
A lot of political agenda and information is actually disseminated through social media.
Because like it or not, a lot of people don't read newspapers.
Yes.
They don't read newspaper. They don't read. It all started with the only book they read was Facebook.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So from then onwards,
Yes,
every
that's right.
other information used to be from magazines.
Yes.
Not journals. It used to be also gossip columns.
Gossip columns, yeah.
Not newspaper. So now it's social media
That's right.
and not news.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So a lot of government actually use social media. All right, and they actually a lot of times they use it for their own purpose. All right, for to push their own agenda through. And one of the latest thing that actually appeared is US during the COVID lockdown. US actually contracted Twitter
Okay.
to ban all anti-vax content.
Post. Okay.
Even though it's against it's against free speech.
Correct.
So what happened is currently, there is a lot of information coming out of the light since Elon Musk took over Twitter, that Twitter suppressed a lot of information at the behest of the US government. So you can see that
So a country that promotes free speech was actually
a country that promotes free speech was actually suppressed. But I think more importantly is how you use social media.
That's true.
It's more important on how you use social media. Example, if you ban social media outright, there will be other kind of social media apps that pop up.
Correct.
Because people like to connect.
There'll be other forms of hedonistic behavior. People like to be connected, as you said.
Yeah, people love to be connected.
Yeah. So if it's not one way, it'd be the other way.
Correct.
Right? So even, let's say, recreational drugs was actually technically a connection.
Yeah.
If you look at it from that perspective, you don't have friends, now you have friends, you're just doing a not very healthy hobby together, that's it.
Yeah. So of course, a lot of parents say, I think they should ban social media for kids, right? Should not allow kids to use social media, and I do agree. If you have kids on social media, please, you have to watch what they're doing, who they're actually talking to, what kind of content they're actually watching. It's really important.
Yep.
However, you cannot ban them from social media because you need to allow them a little bit of glimpse and access to social media, because eventually they will grow up.
Correct.
Eventually, example, right? If you prevent someone from doing something for many years of their lives, and suddenly once they're adult, they have free access to it, right? 24 hours a day, they will overdo it,
or they will never
do it. Correct. But what happens is you fear that they overdo it. They become so addicted, and because they were never taught to control the addiction, so what happens is then it actually ruins them.
Correct.
So you should always expose your kids to a little bit of social media, curate it for them, expose them a little bit, and at the same time, tell them why they can't watch certain contents. I would say that is more important. So, do you think government should restrict social media use?
Yes, they should stop politicians from using it.
But unfortunately, politicians are the ones using a lot these days.
I think politicians should not use it. That's it. They should not use it because, it sways a person who doesn't read much. Well, I'm not saying all people on social media don't read, but it sways those whereby you may not have a formed opinion into following with a populist opinion.
Okay.
Now, so it's a common thing whereby if the majority of people say it's right, therefore it should be right. So if the majority of people watch a video and the video has 2 million views, 1 million likes, therefore chances are it should be correct. Chances are. But that is a normal person's thought process.
Yes, but the issue with social media would be this. You have to, you need two sides of the coin.
All right.
Because majority of the time you have the silent majority and you have the obnoxious minority. And a lot of times when you see social media content, there's a lot of times the content comes from the minority because they are vocal, they are loud, and the majority are actually silent. So if let's say if you take away too much access from a particular political parties, right? You remove access from them. Then what happens is there'll be gaps. And other kind of agendas will fill in the gaps, and it might be detrimental to everybody at the end of the day.
So you're against the idea of banning?
I would say it's very simple. It's free speech.
Free speech. Do as you please, right?
Do as you please. Provided you don't promote harmful activities.
No hatred.
No hatred. As long as you do not promote people to do harm to themselves, and you do not promote scams. That's it. Right? It should be a place whereby people can express their point of view
freely and safely.
Talk freely and safely.
Correct. I agree on that. I think the terms of usage should be not allowing scams or any content should not have an element that will harm someone.
Yes, correct.
That will harm someone. Your expression should also not harm someone.
That's right.
If your expression, for example, I want to be pro-guns, okay? But my pro-guns is for my right to have self-defense.
Yes.
And that's it. But you should not go out and say, hey, you're quite dumb to not have a gun.
Yeah. So that actually comes
Aren't you afraid if someone kills you? See, you're promoting fear.
Yeah.
But if you just say, it's my right to have for my self-defense, full stop.
Yeah, so I think that actually boils down to having differences of opinions.
Correct.
And then accepting that everyone has a different opinion.
And being able to accept that your right, my right can be slightly different in terms of what we want or what we choose.
That's right. And also to educate
exercise
people,
some respect.
Yeah, exercise some respect, and also to educate people on how to communicate your point of view across. Because as you mentioned, a lot of times sometimes they will just, in order to get their point of view across, they tend to shout. They
put down the other their
correct.
opposing views.
Correct.
Yeah,
They put
not
down the
pro.
opposing views.
If you're not with me, you're against me.
Correct.
Kind of mentality.
Correct. And then they end in this shouting match and this hatred stuff. Yeah.
I think I agree with that. If there's anything, it should be that kind of thing. But I think social media should take a more proactive stand.
Yes.
Proactive stand.
I totally agree.
I give, for example, on Facebook recently, there's a lot of these very gentle scams. Do you know what gentle scams? They show a Tumi luggage and they say closing down sale, Tumi luggage for $19.99. Put your pre-order now. Limited stock, subject to availability. So you imagine how many people will say, "Oh, a Tumi luggage." That's a clear scam. And it should be removed the moment it's flagged. But yet, almost on a daily basis, I would see something like that.
Correct.
And social media is allowing it to be propagated, to be sponsored, to be actually put into an ad. So I'm not sure how do they curate, or do they see it as non-harmless, or to them is, I don't know, maybe you are selling it at $19.99 and I can't control you.
Yeah, I think probably in the eyes of social media, as long as people click on it and people
not enough people report to it,
and not enough people report it, they do not see the need to take it down. So because again, all these are run by algorithms, they are run by bots, they're run by programs. So there is there are no human eyes watching it 24 hours a day. Probably one day, there are probably algorithms to actually take down all this, within a moment's notice. Who knows? But until then, I guess government should not ban it yet.
Yes.
Yep.
It should still allow the amount of free speech, but I think government should take a more active role in educating the proper use of social media. And I think it's as easy as government should just push teachers to educate.
Yes, we should actually put it into our national curriculum in primary school itself.
Correct. Or even as advertisements during children program.
Oh yes.
You're watching YouTube, let's say kids content of certain age, and then it should pop out and you can't click on it. You can't skip it. It's 30 seconds or you must watch it. Education on how to use social media correctly.
Yep. I think that'll be very good.
And I think it should be a social responsibility of social media to allow this kind of info ads to be disseminated for free, so they don't charge the government. But it's government to initiate those messages, but they should not charge the government to initiate this kind of friendly messages to educate people on the safety of social media.
Okay, that's good.
All right, until then, share us your thoughts.
Yeah, share us your thoughts.
What do you think?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Should we ban it?
Yeah, should government ban it? Should they restrict it? Or should social media just be what it is now?
Let it evolve into whatever it's supposed to be.
Let it evolve, free speech.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
By the way, talking about the evils of social media and that, right? Have you watched this movie, Luther? Yeah.
The one on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yes, I saw it. There was
that's dark, man.
Yeah. That was the dark usage of
internet and social media in a way.
Correct.
Anyway, check it out if you want to. We're not doing a movie review. Like us, share our content. In any case, we'll be back again next week with another content on the Two Dogs. I'm signing off. Dr. Ali here.
Dr. Ingky, have a good weekend.